Hey guys, before anybody comments, and somebody probably will, a couple weeks back I fell and busted out my front tooth. So I apologize for sounding like the lead singer to the Romantics. I hear the secrets that you keep, but the lisp will be gone hopefully in a couple of weeks. They were that long out with the dentist. That being said, today we're going to load some black powder 4570 cartridges, and I'm going to go through what I do. And it's probably different. Everybody does it a little bit different. But like anything else, it's a step-by-step process. And before we even go any further, case prep is a big thing. I neck size. And before I even neck size, I anneal the mouths of all my brass. I'm sure it's going to save brass life, especially with black powder. These things will probably never crack on the end, and they're famous for cracking right along the neck. So let's get started. I got a few of them here, and we'll go from there.
I've been around the world.
So the next step in our process is we have to flare the neck out to get the bullet in. This is a special flare die inside here that flares it, starts it at 455 and then flares it out to 462. That's just to give me a little bit of neck tension on the bullet. See if we can't squeeze as much accuracy as possible out of this. So let's flare some case. Next flared. The next step, we're going to go ahead and we're going to prime all these. Yeah, my little lead-in primer is cheap, but it allows me to at least feel the primer going into the case. I tried using this and quite frankly, it's old. The piece that I have for it is the wrong cup size and it's dangerous. So, that being said, let's prime a few of these, shall we? I always run my finger over the back of these, just so you guys know. These are Remington 9.5 primers. I normally use CCIs, but because these are pretty much just going to be plinking rounds, or actually they're going to be used for a contest, I'm pretty much using what I got at this point.
Listen, all you
We got all the cases primed, and now we're going to charge all these cases with some black powder. I'm using Old Einsford 2FG, which on a side note, the grains on Old Einsford are much smaller than 2FG coax and 2F or 1.5 FG Swiss. As a matter of fact, these grains are actually smaller than 3F coax. That being said, what I'm standing next to here is a drop tube. This is where things get noticeably different than smokeless powder. We're going to pour the powder in the top of the case, or in the top of the drop tube, I'm sorry. And when it hits the case, it'll actually settle the black powder. If I were to try to just dump the black powder into the case, it's fluffed up. So the difference in depth on this particular case is actually about 1/8 of an inch or more at times. So we use a drop tube. I'll show you me dropping the powder into the drop tube, and then we'll go back over to the press, because at that point we're going to compress the load down to get it to bullet seating depth, because we're actually going to load 70 grains of this powder on that press over there. So let's get started. I'll get you a close up, and we're going to drop a couple of cases here, and then we'll go to the next step. Alright, here we go guys. We're going to use the drop tube, and we're going to drop some of this powder into these cases here. This over here. I just use a scoop to load my brass powder measure. And we've got it set for 70 grains powder. Put the cartridge here underneath the drop tube. And then we're going to slowly pour powder into the cartridge case. these up here with 70 grains. Now, if I was loading match rounds, I would scale these as well. Once I come up with an average, every black powder round or every black powder type I've tried weighs something a little different. So anyway, here goes the second one. We're gonna put powder in the drop tube. Like I said, slowly, just let it settle. Yep, and we've got that one loaded. All right, we got our 70 grains in. Now we're gonna go over to the press, and I'll get you a different one. I'll get these all charged, and then we'll go over to the press, and we'll compress that down to the bullet seating gun. All right, guys, we're back. If you haven't noticed, my shirt changed. I passed out last night, so we're gonna continue this video today. That being said, we got all of our cases charged with black powder through the drop tube. And last night before I did crash, I did compress most of them, but I left 3. And the one thing I didn't tell you we do is we're gonna use a .060 veggie wad right over the powder charge before we compress it. This does a couple of things. It protects the base of the bullet from the heat of the black powder, but it also aids in wiping out the fouling as the bullet flies down the barrel. That being said, we've already put these in here. We're gonna compress these last 3, and then we're going to go into our bullet seat. So we still have this set up, and inside here is a powder compression plug, and I've got it set, and I check each one. Now I make one of these little wooden dowels for every different bullet that I order that I use, and I will have one for each bullet that I have a mold for when I start casting. And what this does is it allows me to seat the bullet and check to make sure the powder charge is so far down in the brass. That way when I seat the bullets, I know that the base of the bullet and that wad, the base of the bullet is going to touch the wad without any air gaps. Now, conventional wisdom says that with black powder, there can be no air gaps. I'm going to question that conventional wisdom in another video, but for the time being, we're going to accept that as fact, and that's how we're building these cartridges. So let's get to compressing these. And you can actually hear it. No, you guys can't hear it. That mic will never pick it up. But we're getting quite a bit of compression out of this. So we do this, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but we actually check that line, and that line is exactly where the base of the bullet is going to sit. So I double check it each time to make sure that the depth is set properly. And it is. And then we'll go to the last tube. We've got our bullet seating die all set up to the depth that we're looking for. We have all our cases charged, and we've checked the depth on all of them. Make sure there's no air gaps. Now, a couple things I wanted to let everybody know. Because this is black powder, again, we're going to stray from the smokeless powder format with reloading. You can't use regular smokeless bullet lube for black powder. Matter of fact, any products that are petroleum based mixed with a black powder fouling create a giant mess. And believe me, you don't want that. Black powder, and basically what I'm using here is homemade lube. It's fairly easy to make. I've sort of dialed this in now where I no longer have a problem with letting, although I do get a little bit on occasion. It's not too bad, and it's normally something that I can take care of relatively quick. Alright, let me finish seating these, and I'll get back with you guys when we're all done. Alrighty then, last step. This is a taper crimp die from Lyman, And I don't use a roll crimp on these because it'll actually roll crimp right into the lead. Use a taper crimp, and really all I'm doing is just taking the slight amount of bevel out of the end just to make sure that these actually chamber without a problem. Although actually I will take this box into the house and I will chamber all these one at a time to make sure nothing sticks and everything's good, because I'd rather do it here than to get out to the range to find out I've got a problem. So that's pretty much it, guys. It's a different process than smokeless, but it's really not harder, it's just different. These are the bullets here that I'll be taking out, and we'll be shooting at the range tomorrow morning. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll be posting that range video real soon.